Welcome back. First video back after the album of the year video. Hope you liked it. There was some good comments on there. Nobody put in their top, but we have enough music, so I forgive you. This is, as the title describes it, the Crypt of the Wizard, the third batch I got in, or the third order I got in for this, already stacking up over there at Charlie's. We should do a talk, but time. On the tape deck is this one, Shatan, a tape from there, Alive Within the Blood of Wolves, live 2011-2017. Capulso Negro, the Black Twilight Circle from California. This is one of the more post-ish projects from them, not really the black metal side, but yeah, some very good records to his name that came out last year, mostly true Go to Warwick's too, but yeah. Iron Bonnet has a banger too. I think the card is still up there. So yeah, he's been around for some time. Oh, there we go. On Go to Warwick's. That's what's playing. There's nothing more to say actually than just a live tape. Let's delve in. I'm going to do the tapes first. I know I promised a tape delay, but we'll see where we. Now that I am on my own again, I can do whatever I want, I guess. But yeah, let's do the tapes first and then the vinyl and some goodies. These two are Laetun, the red one and the green one, two releases of another side project of Wagner Udegaard, who you might know from Tomhead, Canela Pacte, which is coming up, Vulcanas, those things. This is basically more classic dungeon synth, I should say. They stack up nicely if you put them like that. That's the first time I noticed that. And there you go. It's classical dungeon synth, I would say, but it is like Carnila Pacte. It is a bit. Carnila Pacte is, especially the 10-inch that I'm going to show, is more a chopped and screwed soundtrack where he plays stuff over and stuff like that. This is more. Yeah, a bit old in the old tower, the direction Old Tower is going, in the sense that it is more soundscapey, field recordings, soundtrack, samples coming in, there's storytelling, there are classical parts on here, so yeah, it's a bit of everything. They have these fold-over cards. It's neat that they stack up like that. The tapes are actually very nice looking. His optics are always on point, but yeah, they fold over like this. That is the, which one is this? The Alfofwo. That's the first one. And then the other one, basically they are kind of the same. This is a 2-tracker. The green one is a one long track on here. Same deal, tape-wise, hand stamped. Glamour Hellblach, I guess. They are both from 2022, from last year. And as far as I can see, there's only the tape release for now. Yeah, that is basically the sound. So dungeon synth adjacent, but I would call it more soundtrack actually than or soundtrack material, like for a movie that didn't exist. Then let's go into this, because I've shown it in my list. This is Crush Your Enemies by Occulted Dead Stands on the Aske label. I'll get it out this time. It is black, as you can see. Crush Your Enemies is a demo from 22, followed on the heels of the yeah, is it a demo or is it a full length from last year? The tape we talked to death about, but there you go. Man himself, Veil Hell with the flail. There was this competition or challenge actually that you could win one of those flails. That one that had the tape hidden in there, it's one of two. I asked him last week and it was undecided who would win. But yeah, under the Test Your Metal banner, they launched the challenge, I think mid last year, and I was working on it, but I lost my phone and I lost my entire text. It was about fear, of course. The other one kind of had a 80s hardcore influence. I always forget the title, the yellow one with the big sword. This one, I was trying to pinpoint what the sound was I was hearing, and then when I looked into the YouTube comments, Bull got commented, "Today is the day," and it kind of had that amphibious reptile, that kind of sound, that angular 90s rock metal, that thing. Plus it had a flail, the Morning Star, Today is the day, so it kind of makes sense. But yeah, really dig this tape. What did I write down? Militant power metal, they call it power metal. There was a quote: "Even the disabled or afflicted can be eugenic if they crawl towards the sun with a knife between their teeth." Yeah. Thought that was a cool quote. But yeah, don't know where I want to go with that. But yeah, interesting project. Occult Dead Stance. The full length is a bit more noisier, like a lot of projects. It's being pulled out of the muck, and yeah, it works. Then Occult Dead Stance, the Feathered Serpent from 2001. This is a re-release. This is the second full length. Yes, Desecrate the black metal sound. This is very bass heavy, and this is a re-release from. This is on Oskar. The original tape had that black peak going up. And was that on? I don't know what label that was on. Maybe also Oskar, but this is limited to 50, number 44. There you go. So yeah, a re-release. Very bass heavy, punk, no wave, noise rock, industrial. There's vocoder, black metal voice on here, so it goes all over the place. They allow a bunch of influences into their sound, or he. It kind of reminds me of Shit and Shine in some places, you know, that bass heavy driven, almost militant beat. And then there was the last one, and that is this one, also a re-release, Soil of the Grave from 2017, and this came out on Legion Blowtown. This is the spray painted Oskar edition. The case is also misted up. Yeah, this is the most black metal out of the entire bunch, out of these three, in the sense that it is a noisy soundscape. It is raw as shit. But yeah, it also is combined with these slower tempos, almost waltz-like. So once again, he goes all over the place with these. These are very good tapes. If you can get your hands on, I would suggest this one and then the previous one. I'm looking at it, but blanking on the title. So yeah, that is Occulted Dead Stance. Then another one I talked about is this one, Book, with Den Otteo Grediv Tommers Forbandelse, something like that. Korpsånd, Mayhem Circle, on Crypt of the Wizard tapes. I talked about it, that it was a little bit darker, a little bit more necro, and to some extent that is true. Look at the band picture. It is a trio from the Korpsånd Circle. It runs into Gabstock sound a bit, but it's like if they both were in the midsummer, this is midsummer when the flowers are gone, when the murder starts. Yeah, it's less sunshiny. I've written down croaking necro guitars and straight cadence drum, very thick bass also on this one. The ROP on YouTube had it as Devo, a cross between Devo and Bonal. Now I don't want to go that far, Bonal maybe, but Devo I don't hear. It handles, the team is Scandinavian, true evil Scandinavian elves burning down churches or farms rather, shapeshifting into goats and stuff like that. So a very heavy punk stomp, I would say, but yeah, lots of black metal on this one too. Then these are a three-parter, I would say. This one I showed the vinyl version, I think, through Phantom Allure. This is the Nistang tape version, the first one. I think New Era also had a version of this one, but I'm not sure about this. This is the green one, and this might be for trade later because I already have the vinyl version. Let's see, Bad Baby and Kids Deadhead. It is the cutest cover, and I was talking about Horrible Room in the last video, saying Leshy is basically the only real black metal band, in my opinion, not punk influenced, although they have some. This is actually another one. It has the cutest cover, like I said, the baby heads, but it has the coldest sound on here. No frills, hard black metal. There are some synths that come in, but they are very distorted, but they bring a variation in the sound. Twangy guitars and some happy keys in the second half. The happy keys are more like old school dungeon synth, but it's not used as an atmosphere going through the music. It's more used as notes to spruce it up, I guess. I would say that the first two tracks are more in the Horrible Room section. There is a track list on here, but it won't do any of us any good. It kind of reveals itself in the second half after the middle track, and it becomes a very good tape and deserves all the praise together with the Leshy. So yeah, that is literally translated Bad Baby and Kids Deadhead. That's all I can say about it. Then the last one that came through Nistang is this one, Bes Lutni, with the self-title, I think, yes. It's called Black Tech in all its glory. It's on Grotesque Devotion and Nistang, and it's basically, it has nothing to do with black metal, maybe the vocals a bit, but it stops there completely. It has more to do with black techno or black tech, some gabber influences in there, I hear, yeah, my entire youth. But it has wizards going through walls and stuff like that, so yeah. I don't know. It is a weird thing. And this is definitely not for everybody. I kind of went into it, or looked into it, for the article I did for Boot Havens, the last one, so yeah. This is one of those black metal adjacent that has nothing to do with black metal, I guess. And then, a few more for the tapes. I'll show some flyer material first. This is Chevalier Skrok from Czechia. Band Y Medigom. Let's see, are they from? Yeah, they're from Czech, or he is from Czech, I should say. Some black and white flyers. There's a different band, I think. I'm not sure. I can't read it. No, can't read it. There you go. These are two tapes that were hand dubbed and then available only through, I think, a label in the States, and then through Crypt of the Wizard. The first one is called, oh, good luck with that. Going to have to plead a fifth on that. It's hand dubbed on these, I guess, Czech tapes. There you go. Sound wise, it's black punk, a lot of British oi influences on here. Do I have the title? No. There you go. It is very simple, Xeroxed material, but they're kind of done nicely with the extra sticker right there. Yeah, it's it played very well, and I think the Peasant Rebellion from 22 was the full length. But yeah, it has a good punk bass running through here, so it's more of that black metal punk crossover. There we go. I need to check myself not to get lost in that world too much, because there's a lot to get lost in. That were the two Chevalier Skrok tapes. They have that chainmail tape that came out, which is incredible packaging. But yeah. Then we have two that I haven't delved into. These are Deadhead's bootlegs, and they did the Psy from Japan. First one is Infidel Art, full length, and I just loved how the tapes looked. Whoop, there we go. It is not bootleg, although it says bootlegs. It is semi-official as far as I can see. Sanctioned by the masters, and then it comes with this card with the signature on there. They stayed kind of close to the original, I guess. Not that I've seen an original Infidel art tape, but you know, classic lineup, band picture, artwork, lyrics. Sorry, still not 100% back. So that's the first one. I think they did some more, but I just opted for these two, not to get too lost. Ghastly Funeral Theater, the EP, comes same deal with a slipcase, sanctions by the masters, and then this one is a bone white tape, which fits nicely, and a big J card, of course. There you go. I don't like everything. We talked about these guys together with Yo from Babylon Doom Cults way back here on the channel when we did Grondwerk together. Psy was one of the bands that we delved into, but it was a long time ago. But yeah, didn't have anything by them that rectified this situation a bit. And then last, I think for the tapes, yes, the Filth package that came in through him. Peacefalls, we have Brand, and then Gates of Londra. I'll start here. Filth is the Austrian label, Vienna, Linz, that entire region that these bands are coming from, and the entire thing is built up around Vritra. The label I've written it down was Voidland Shelter before it became Voetweg or Filth. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but very DIY, I would say, tape label. It's all, you know, Xeroxed, and then I'll show it a bit more. It's all Xeroxed. It comes from the guy Vritra JM, who was in Kinga, Olruna, Brent, Weathered Crest, that entire circle, and then he runs through Gates of Londra. I think he has some more things that I am not aware of, but the first one I was going to show is Peacefalls, and that is RF, and it's always abbreviations, and AT. This is the thing. Your copy is 29. I'm not sure about the limitation, but yeah, it always has these nice stamps. Thank you. Sound-wise, this is the most black punk that there is, because they allow a lot of influences, the entire label, and it's mostly of the post varieties. This is a jangly black punk with a drunk Chelsea Wolf on vocals, switched with desperate howls. I've written down, not remiss of the Portuguese stuff. So you have, I think there's a female vocals on here, or a guy that has a very high pitched voice. But yeah, that is where you should look into this. Interesting bunch of bands and people. But yeah, I'm not keen on everything they do, but a lot is pretty good. It is not. You should look away from black metal if you want to, you know, really delve into the Filth scene. Brand, Hoe draait dat weg, I think, and they will show up later too. Brand is the main project, I would say, except for Kinga and Weathered Crest. They're all, but this one is one of the longer running ones. I haven't written down when. No. This is the newest, and this has a very German feeling to it. I don't know why, but you know, just the way the lyrics are presented or how it is sung. Love the purple stamp there. But yeah, I always thought this was a Canadian because they were on Fellowfield, they were on Tour de Garde, and a lot of stuff. So there we go. Here's actually the stamp for the other label, which is a very, Antidote uses this one too. It's a Durée piece, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, sorry. Always these hand stuck on labels. Brand is more of a post-punk variety. Yeah, what is there to say? The other one, the Urchaos, for example, has more, it's on Tour de Garde, it has punky echoing vocals, very post-punk, but played heavier than usual. If you have something like For example, yeah, I can't think of a comparison. It's just post-punk, I guess, but played heavier. Not black metal, but just played heavier. So yeah, and hard to talk about the styles since they have a lot of styles. Then Gates of Londra with Servants of the Ruined Staff. This is the second EP, I guess, or full, I'm not sure. It has 9 tracks on here with an outro, so yeah. It deals, the lyrics deal with a novel or a set of novels from Moorcox. I'm not sure who that is, and it's called History of the Ruined Staff. I think the yellow one was called something like that. Like I said, this is the second one. Also taped on there, and I listened to this one the most. This is RF and JM. RF is from Parasite Dreams and Peacefalls. Also, he's a composer. And then JM is, like I said, Kringa, Eisenhand, Weathered Crest. It has a subdued symphonic style, I have written down. That means that it deals with symphonic sounds, but it is not Emperor by any means. So yeah. A mix of industrial, post-punk. The drums is mostly the industrial stuff. It has some black metal, the epicness of black metal going through it, but yeah, death rock influences, it has a lot. So if you're into any of this, I think Filth will suit you just fine. Check it out. Start with Brand or Brand or with Kringa. They are playing Saturday. I can't go. Wish I could, but I can't. Going to drink something because my sickness is still haunting me. We were listening to Shatan, and I will be back with. There we go. I will be back with the vinyl stack in a minute. Back, lubricated. Let's go. Put on the Gates of Londra so you can hear for yourself a bit more what the sound is. I was bad at describing it, but it's hard to describe with so many things going on. Into the vinyl, I'll show some promo first. This is not just Crypt of the Wizard. I kind of used Charlie, hope he liked it, as a UK hub to have everything come together just like I did with Parker. Ritual Abuse. So there's some stuff in here from other labels. This is Anti-Social Culture Spring 2022. So are these out? Yes, most are, I guess. Of Cinewolf, Longbow, Occult Dead, Stand Soul of, yes, Botulinum. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. If you have the Algis Techno Viking and the other one, I'm looking for that stuff, so hit me up. There's the newer sticker or the newer logo, I'm not sure. Kinda is Electric Wizard-ish. Then there is going to be some Dead Prayer in here. This is the Revenant Marquise and Lamp of Murmur promo. I don't know what that says. Kukude Tons, something like that. Rural black metal from Estonia. Never seen or heard that one. And then there is this one, I think Revenant Marquise with Milk Teeth. Kind of fell off on Revenant Marquise. And I can't read this for the life of me. Mystical Fortress of Iberian Lands, June 22. So this should be out too, but blanking on it. My entire scope fell a bit off on that label since it's not one person anymore doing it. But yeah. And then the two best stickers in the world. Keep Honking 87 Dead Crush, and then the 82, there we go, White Metal. These should go in the records now. Jesus, excuse me. Let's go. Gates is playing, let's delve in. This is Takbir, there we go, 1 7-inch, 1 10-inch, and then a bunch of 12 inches. Takbir on La Vida es un Mus, English punk label. Moroccan expatriate hardcore punk. They say they were, or it seems they are staying incognito like this and living in Europe, not in Morocco anymore. Victory belongs to those who fight for a right cause. So they couldn't make their music or what they were doing in Morocco where they live just because of the religious rules, I guess. If you look on Bandcamp, they are from Antarctica, so yeah. It is yeah, Ballroom Blitzkrieg I've written down. It is female fronted, just La Vida is a Moose punk, I guess, but it's a little bit clearer. The vocal style reminds me a bit of Bikini Kill, but less screechy. Cocaine Piss, but less screechy. But yeah, some great artwork. I've seen some live footage from them, and it seems they make something out of the live performances. They don't do many, but yeah. Boots on the head. There you go. So yeah, interesting band. There's just one 7-inch, I think 4 tracks on here or something like that. Yes, 4 tracks, but all in Arabian or Arabic. I don't know how to say that. Arabian, I guess. But yeah, interesting. I'm looking forward to a full length maybe by these guys. Maybe it's done. I'm not sure. I don't know. Antarctica seems like a long way to make records and drop them here. Okay, the 10-inch. Carmilla Pacte. Of course, it's a self-titled one. Fuck Off in Hell. There you go. This is hand-stamped on, what is the label? It's not Regain, or is it? There won't be a label on here. No. I think it's Regain Records. Oh no, this is, of course, a Bruch Manzia one. It is, you know, stamped on the label. There you go, and on the sleeve, so it kind of fits. But yeah, always done very nicely. Once again, sorry. This is a 2-piece or a 2-tracker, Decadenten and Phantasmagori. There you go. Is there anything more on here? Sampled, manipulated, edited, re-edited, and recorded in 2017-2019 by Wagner Eudegaard, and the cover art is by Christopher Nilsson. It kind of feels like a chopped and screwed soundtrack. There's some Tarantino moments in here, but then mixed up with his own playing, I guess. It kind of... It's not that I don't like it, but it kind of reminds me of the fact that I don't need to be a Wagner Eudegaard completist. I'm going to stick to the black metal. I loved the Carmilla Pacte, the first one. I think that was a 12-inch. But yeah, this is, I don't know, it's not bad, but it's not my thing anymore. So this will maybe go up for trade too. We'll see. I'll give it one more spin, but I'm not interested in soundtracks anymore. I've taken out about, I think by now I have almost 500 items on Discogs for sale. So there's a lot that has gone out of the collection throughout all the styles. So yeah, we'll see. This was the record that was sent to me by D from That Prayer. Am I saying that correct? That Prayer. Where are the flyers? Oh, there you go. Yes, That Prayer. I have to check again. Yeah, he sent me this one. This was the EP by Lamp of Murmur that was only available at the London show, if I'm not mistaken. I looked into growing, but it's quite an undertaking just to see Lamp of Murmur, knowing he was going to play also on Roadburn. And what I said for Carmilla Pacte also goes for this. This is one of the EPs that delves more into the death rock side or the Cure worship that he did on his latest full length. I've listened to it a few times. It has 3 tracks on here. It's a one-sided 12-inch, and the third one is an Exmal Deutschland cover, which I have no idea what that is, but yeah. It is signed by the man, and there's nothing wrong with it, but just the cover I didn't like. I didn't like it that much, so once again, need to revisit this one, but I'm more into his black metal stuff than his Cure worship. I'm not the biggest Cure fan, so that doesn't help either. Exmal Deutschland, yeah. I don't know what it is. This release was available exclusively at Lamp of Murmur's sold-out show at Electrowerks London, England on Sunday, the 8th of May 2022. So this was basically after Roadburn. There we go. No, there you go. Like I said, one-sided, complete dead wax with the logo. But yeah, it's cool to have. I think I have most of his stuff. It's the collector in me, I guess, that needs all of it. I don't know why, but yeah. That's for the shrink to find out, I guess. Put this back in later. Because there's more. There were two, let's see, one is missing now. That should be here. Start with this one. This was actually the last one on the record player, and this is into go to work stuff. There we go. One side, second side. I did a lot of not panic buying at Crypt of the Wizard, but you know, items that came in that were very limited that I was looking forward at the time, or looking for at the time. This is the Pestilent Bog by Putrid March. There you go, the reclusive goblin. So these are all over the place, sound-wise and style-wise, all these things. These came from, what is the label? I'll fix it in the comments. I'm blanking on it. Dark something, the English label. But yeah, he hooked me up with two Go to Warwick's releases that I was looking for. This one, the Tale of the Hell Frog, and then the Sticky Fungus. So a compilation of earlier material done by Reclusive Goblin. Kind of weird, dungeon synthy, goblin music, I guess. With this poster, I have a few of his tapes, and it was in the mostly looking forward or looking for this in the time that I was also into getting into the Keller synth sound. This is not the same. It has less Eurodance and here more Mortis worship. I've shown this one. A bit of Mortis worship. He is the heir to the throne of the ghoulish makeup there. He's the first one that donned the makeup, as Mortis himself said, so that's a cool one to have. I don't know if it will stay in the collection forever, but this will get some more spins for sure. Then, the second Go to Warwick's, this one, Burier Tree. One-man black metal project. I bought this on the strength of his other project called Flesh Megalith. Is it here somewhere? It's here somewhere. Which I really liked. That is more into the death metal territory. I would say Burier more in black metal territory. Came up together with Commodus a bit, also from Australia. And this is Communion with Death. In Communion with Death. Kind of the same artwork as the Flesh Megaliths. They really remind me of each other. Like I said, I'm more... Yeah, I like the Flesh Megalith better. This is good. There's nothing wrong with this one, but I like him more in his death metal cloak, I should say. This is Brown Swirl in green, but it doesn't show up. I was listening to it last night to see if it clicked again, and side 4 is actually a very good side. It becomes a bit more harsher than the other sides, but could be how I was listening because I had a rough night yesterday. But yeah, there you go. Burier from Australia. To Go to Warwick's once, just to pick something up, I guess. And then this one, Brent and Calvary. There you go. Brent, like we talked, Filth band from Austria. I was going to say Australia, but Austria. And Calvary, I think from America. Yeah, I always think they are both from Canada since it's Tour de Garde. This is, let's see, is it Tour de Garde solo? I have to see. Goes with this simple little obi strip. Love how it looks, love the photo. This is the back, and I think this is Tourdegacht and Filth, if I'm not mistaken. Is there something on here? No, I don't see it. That's for sure. Filth, Fellowfield, and Tourdegacht. There you go. 3 labels to put out a split with 6 tracks on here. So, yeah. But yeah, all good labels, and Fellowfields deserves a bit more attention. Once again, stamped, because they have a great roster. Fellowfields. They did the occult test stands that I have and stuff like that. So great stuff. This is a bit more, the brand side is a bit more raw than what they show on the Urkaus or the Weg tape. Rougher sound. It has an Americana vibe on Wie de Schlang. Am I looking good? Yes, the Via de Schlang, I guess, the 3rd track on here, has that kind of Americana-ish vibe, but yeah. It also depends on who's listening, I guess. The Calvary, there's nothing much to say. It's a bit more black metal than the band side, but it's also not black metal. So yeah. In the post category, post-punk, post-industrial, post whatever. This is less industrial than the other one, but yeah, nonetheless. And then there is the Urkaus on Tourdegacht and Filth once again. There's a lot of extra stuff in here. Hope that was the last time, sorry. Punk with echoing vocals, very post-punk, but played heavier, like I said, heavier than usual, and that catapults it, or that moves it into the direction of black metal. The voice also helps, of course, or the way the voice is used. Urkraft came out on tape before this one, and then it was re-released by Filth and Tourdegacht. Anything more? Dans mit, the second one. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, that's the heavy one. So that has that black metal-ish influence, I guess. And then the Wie's mi uwat Leiden trägt, or something like it. The other thing. The vocals seem like it's a cover of something. It sounds very neo-folkish, and it goes into Cult of Youth, that kind of New York direction. So yeah, once again, a lot of directions, a lot of styles. Depending on what release you're listening to, it's not completely different, but it's a bit different. There you go. Simple labels. Center labels, I should say, not record labels, because they are far from simple. Stamped lyric sheets. There you go. Some extra artwork. What else is in here? There is Gates of Londra, Servants of the Runestaff, Brand and Peace Faults, the tape I showed earlier. And then there's a weird face logo sticker. But yeah, interesting band. One of the more interesting bands in this entire thing, except for occult test and stuff like that. Yeah. And then one that I picked up on a whim. This is Ixiol. I don't have too many of their releases, simply because they don't make it too often to Europe, and if they make it, they are expensive. He had this one, and this is Amongst the Moonlight with a Journey Through Darkness. A very clear worship of the entire symphonic Norwegian black metal, classic Norwegian style, symphonic, synths, whatever you want. It's in the Stormkeep category. It's from the same year, I think. And it was compared to the Stormkeep, and a lot of people were giving this the nod that this was better, or at least could go toe-to-toe with that record. What I think of it is basically the same. I think it is a bit more serious in its intention, in its craft. Not that the other one, the Stormkeep, is bad, but Stormkeep had that Lord of the Rings playful sound, if you know what I mean. This is a bit more serious in that sense. Yeah. Immortal Dawn Productions 2020-2021. Blah, blah, blah. Artwork by Gargot Luciferum War Graphics. So, good records. Played it a few times. I think I played this more actually than Just Black. I played this more than I played Stormkeep in the end. So I give my 2 cents to this one too. Nothing much more to say. I didn't write anything down or anything. So we'll see. We have 3 more and then a big closer. Let's do this one first. This is Sleck with Pitman's Revenge. A double compilation with a lot of stuff. Demo 1, Demo 2, Fangful Split, Stinking Bishop Split, bonus tracks, and the Vol Split, product of the North. There we go. Very cool release. This is on, is it Legion? I'm not sure. Or is it self-released? I think it's on Legion Blow 10, but could be mistaken. There is the Black Book, lodged in the pit or something. Legion Blow 10, there it is. It deals with the history of old mining towns, or how the country of northern England was, basically raped for coal. It has a lot of, it just deals with all the disasters that industry had, not just the literal disasters, but just what it created, I should say, within that country. There you go. It is a plastic sleeve that holds 2 12 inches that come with the logo that was also used on the Aldrich, I guess Aldrich. Oh no, the hot. So many names. I'm blanking on the other one, but yeah. There you go. The tapes that Hotchin Pit released also had that label, so yeah. Add Sleck out of that scene. Yeah, stomping. English, not oi, but more street punk, I should say, but then very dark with the themes and the lyrical content. I get the creeps just thinking of coal mines and pits and going under. So yeah, very cool compilation to finally have, because I don't have too much. I don't think I have anything but outs, like maybe 1 demo, True Hotchin Pit with Odious Hiss. That was the one I was looking for. And then from the same section of England, or from the same, not group of people, but like-minded individuals, Yorkshire Steel, the latest white metal. There was a limited version, and this is just the standard version. Track 1 and 2 from Yorkshire Steel 2012, and then track 4 from split with Slacked, I think, from 2012. This was originally released by Skull Productions' Master of All Evil in 2012, and then the CD version by Darker Than Black. This is on Legion Blow 10, so the re-release of this one. Also in just a plastic sleeve, fold over. 1 print on that, clean on this one. But yeah, never have enough white metal. Love the previous full length. This is just a re-release of some tracks, but good to have. Also found this while cleaning out. This is not from the Charlie order, but I stuck it in. This is Skullflower White Metal, also on Turgid Animal and Legion Blow 10. Nifty little 7-inch. There you go. Those are now forever connected, because I was listening to the white metal while I found this one, and I couldn't remember that I had that in collection. Then this one I got straight from Charlie, I think. I was looking for it for a long time. This Eierkir with Avint Skjold, I think. I don't know what Avint is, but Skjold is Shield. One of the 2 demos or EPs that isn't, it's not Dungeon Sin, but let's make ourselves a little bit easy and call it Dungeon Sin. But it's much more than that. It is black metal, it is Dungeon Sin, it is the amalgamation of everything that is basically Korpsånd thrown into one. Something like that, but yeah. Loved these tapes since forever, since I first heard them, since I heard them on the comp. Yeah, and I'm glad to finally have these on vinyl. True to the guard. I have the tape up for trade. The other one, no, this one. Sorry, I have this tape up for trade. It's on Discogs for a ridiculous amount. I think 900 euros or something like it. But yeah, if you don't want to sell it because I actually like it in the collection, but just selling doubles because of spacing. But yeah, Charlie, thanks for hooking me up with this one. That's it. One more music change and we're out. That cough is hunting me, and I hope it doesn't hunt you too much. Listen to this one, Oven Skjold, just so you can hear what I stumbled through last. Now, the main course, and this is, well, from Austrian records, those are, or which are in England. They have records by my favorite band, Lugubrum. And these are things, or some of this is things I didn't know I was going to have or get just because of the import and stuff like that. But yeah, he was nice enough. I forget his name because this goes back to the beginning of last year, I think. But yeah, thanks for hooking me up. He just sent it the entire package to Charlie. Charlie sent them to me, so thank you both. First one is Lugubrum live in Amsterdam. This one eluded me, the standard records. This is the special edition of that record, but I meant the these are nothing special. These are just the standard records. There you go. This was on tour with Sun, if I'm not mistaken. Recorded June 28, 2005 at Amsterdam Paradiso. Barditus, Midgard Svijn en H. Master Steen and Bodhitarma. There you go, on Affiliate Productions. I'm pretty sure it was on tour with Sun. That's the lore, I guess. This is the blue version, or the vinyl version. This didn't come with a patch. The full lengths always come with a patch. This is just a blue live records with some really good tracks on there. So that is one to tick off in the collection. I am almost reaching completion, which took me about 1.5 to 2 years. But yeah. Then Plage Chômage, hard to pronounce. One of the later full lengths. This is Lugubrum Trio, not Lugubrum anymore. And this is the one that has the trap influences and the yeah, maybe one of the weirdest ones they did. Plage Chômage, Serenglut, Foefganger, which is awesome, Muzamil, Gold Hut, and Fatty Streak. Yeah, this is Lugubrum at their least black metal, I should say, but still love it. They're bronze tone, brown, not metal, but you know. There you go. Goes with a thick quality inner sheet, or lyric sheet I should say. And does this have a patch? Yes, this is one of the best patches. Comes on a orangey red vinyl, I should say, kind of marbled when you hold it up to the light, and it comes with the Carrot Cult patch. There you go. Very nice, always with the patches in there. Jesus. Put this in later. So those were the two just standard full lengths, live record. And then this is the reason I actually did the order. This is the two releases, the last full length and then the Brown Throne. Let's get them out. So the Brown Throne and the Brown Crown. This has the new Carrot logo on there, tote baggy. I'll just keep them in there because it's quite a package. Let's do this one first. The Bruine Troon, or just Bruine Troon, Brown Troon, so the toilet, I guess, comes with a, let's get these out, comes with a slip mat that has that logo done by Midgard. the patch, logo patch. And then this is actually the first time this is put out. I have to see what I say, but I think this is the first time this was put out on vinyl. Most of the Lugubrum original came out on CD. There are a few things, of course, that came out as love that one, that came out as a vinyl release, but especially the first records or the first full lengths were always CDs, just because it was that time. I'm blanking on what year this is. It should be a bit later than the 90s. Not sure. In Mayhem at the Lugubrum Studios in the year MM. That's 2000. I hate Roman numerals. But yeah, met jaar zijn Zwellige Barditus. Focus on the greatest wrestler and the pump room brawl. Guest press, low dog, and kwapje de druipstartend. I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know. Love the artwork on this one. Very cool, very good sleeve also. And this is the this was the limited package, I think, limited to 100 lyric poster. And these were the color variants. I think this is yellow in orange or something like it. And let's see, yeah, something like that, yellow and orange. Yeah, cool to finally have these on wax, not just the CD versions. The second one is basically the same color scheme. Here you go. Orange, carrot orange. Put that package together with some respect. Here you go. And then the last record, and we almost hit the hour mark. This is Bruine Kroon, the sister record or the brother record of Bruine Kroon. So many years later, they, after Plush Sommage, I think, is there another full length? I don't know, I forgot. But this goes back to, yeah, back to Lugubrum. It's still trio, but it has less. It has no trap on here. It has black metal. It has black metal on here. There's a wreath of carrots on a tomb. So it has all the hallmarks to be something like it. And the brown crown, as it is called, is basically for me, it's kind of the masterpiece that brings everything together. Stinker of Stink, Veteranus, Paling van Sabel, Brugalpensioen, Barbarossa, which is very good, Kleiklomp, Trail of the Tiger, Kleipaal, Oude Bolus, Adieu Eugène, I think, or something like it, and Kenny Balkany. Very good records. I was kind of wrong last year by putting it in or not putting it in. Is basically, it was my record of the year last year, but was in the category not on vinyl since it was not yet here. Comes also with the same logo patch, and then this one is on the brown side of things. It kind of is green in orange yellow with the new Stork logo, and the second one is also that, I guess. Yes, there you go. So yeah, when you put them together, it's a nice duo. Here you go, the old one and the new one, and I have a cover for the video. But yeah, that's it. That was the entire Charlie Crypt England order from, I think, half a year ago by now. These records are here. I had to pull them out and collect them, but we did it. Charlie, always welcome for a talk. We'll see how we will work that out for the rest of you. There's some good stuff coming in. There's always good stuff coming in, so you'll see me sooner than you think, I guess, but probably next week. One a week should be fine. Thank you very much. Thanks for the comments, the discussion on the last two videos, the end of the year videos. Was quite pleased with the list and still am. So yeah, that's that. I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.